Hello, all of my Girl Scouts and non-binary pals. Welcome to the stream. This is our first episode of this new series that I wanted to do, so I'm very happy. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Ignore my hair. My hair is like a mess. My hair is a hot mess. It's still drying. I took a shower earlier, and it's just, I don't know what to do with it. I really don't. Maybe I'll clip it back. I don't know. I have a plan. Dutch. I have a plan, John. I have a plan to try to get my hair done in the next two or 3 weeks. Just trying to figure out what's going to work with my schedule. But it's just been annoying because I'm just there we go. It's just been annoying because my hair is just, it's doing what it's doing. And I don't want to cut it because I want it to get longer. And that's where I'm at right now in my age journey. Because I'm trying so hard not to let it get, trying so hard not to cut it short. But I also, I want it to get long. But then I'm just I can't do anything with it. So it's the never-ending cycle of not knowing what to do with my hair. And just wanting to change things. But how are you? I hope you all are having a great day today. It's been a fun day. Got up, got my coffee. Very excited. I'm just resetting my little things over here. Perfect. And yeah, we're just jamming the bleachers right now. I got to see them on Wednesday, and that was the first time I had gotten to see them, and I love them. It was great. I am going to put on a mixed playlist, though. What should we do? We'll go on to the Pride Classic after the song, though, because I do like this song. This is a great song. But yeah, I got to see them on Wednesday, and it was actually really fun. I really had a good time. Even though we were in a box seat, and it was a problem because where we were sitting, it was great view if people just were in their seats. So we were on the second or third floor. I think it was the second floor. And so we could see the stage. It was beautiful. But where we were kind of in the back row of the box area, the VIP box area or whatever, at the venue we were at. And everybody that was in front, just as soon as the show started, everybody stood up, and I was like, I can't see, I'm too short. So I was literally having to try and do that in the chair and just sitting on the chair, because I couldn't see shit. But it was really good. I really think that I definitely think that Jack Antonoff is a great frontman. He's really energetic and had a lot of fun. So also, when they started doing the saxophones back and forth, that was my heart. I love hearing a good sax. And they were just battling back and forth. And I was like, thank you. It was great. It was fun. So I hope you guys had a great week. And it's getting into the weekend. So I hope you're doing well. So today we are doing wiping the condensation off of my Dunkin'. So this is a series I wanted to do, and I really wanted to do a just chatting series talking about different supernatural things or creepy cryptids and stuff like that. So I decided to kind of merge and kind of come up with this idea. So I came up with Cryptids and Coffee. So it's a little just chatting series where each episode we'll sit down, we'll get a coffee. I'll talk to you about the coffee that I got. And then we will talk about a certain cryptid or supernatural event, or even watch supernatural little videos, caught on camera things, and we'll talk about it and we'll discuss it on stream. So this is the first episode. So we'll kind of fill it out, see what we like, see what we want to change. So the base outline is going to be that it is just chatting, and I'll be reading and talking about the story, the lore behind the cryptid or the event. If there's videos, we'll pull up some videos and look at it and some pictures. But it'll be just like a just chatting. But if you guys would prefer, if you don't like this layout, or sorry, if you don't like this kind of like layout of the episode, then maybe we could play around with still talking about it, but maybe playing a cozy game or playing like Dead by Daylight or something in the background while we're talking about it. So it's whatever you guys want, whatever you're feeling. But we'll just try it out and we'll see how we do today. Before we play that, I did want to find, actually, I was going to put on a, like, let's see if I can find any spooky music playlist. Okay. Just some spooky music in the background. That might be fun. That might be fun. What do you think? Do you think we should do spooky music or regular music? That's always a thing. That's just one playlist. Oh, they have Tiny Tim. Actually, I love this song. Even though it's not meant to be creepy. I actually really like this song, unironically. I think he actually lived around where we live. I think he grew up in a town that's like right down the road from where we are. I like this song. It's very nice. And then what was it? Insidious had to go and make it creepy. It's very nice. I also remember his song was for the SpongeBob like first pilot episode. I think it was. Yes, it was him. Yep, Tiny Tim. Good Tiny Tim. But why? Why did we decide to take this like innocent, nice little song and make it creepy with like a little kid just dancing around? Like why? Why do we have to do that? I don't know. I don't know why things like that happen. Let me go. I don't know. Do we want creepy music? Do we like creepy music in the background, or do we want something a little bit more, fun in the background? I want to see what else I can find. Creepy music. Creepy ambient music. Creepy ambience. Oh, there's a playlist. Okay. Okay. You know what? We'll just put this on. It's fine. Creepy music. Have it nice in the background. So, first things first, our coffee. What do we have? What are we drinking today? So, I am a basic bitch. So, I get iced coffee all the time. Unless it's like winter, like even in winter months, I will probably still get iced coffee. Just because that's who I am. But I did get I sometimes I will get a hot coffee, but I got iced coffee. So I got the iced vanilla frosted donut signature latte. Apparently it has 4 donut swirl shots, 4 vanilla shots, milk, whipped cream, caramel drizzle, and rainbow sprinkles on top. I could go without the rainbow sprinkles on top. I don't really care for the rainbow sprinkles on top. But the taste and just, ASMR for you. It's great. We love it. So, it's good. It's very sweet. I could probably next time ask them to not do all of the sweetness. Maybe just like a little, like, we'll take it down a little bit. So maybe that might be something. But it's good. Also, if you don't drink coffee, feel free to feel free to grab your favorite tea, boba, other beverage of choice, and then there you go. Because I know not everybody drinks coffee. Not everybody, not everybody likes coffee, and that's fine. So we are going to be talking about Mothman today. And Mothman is probably like one of my favorite cryptids to ever talk about. Not only is Mothman near and dear to my heart, because he's like close in a sense of like he's just a few states over, but he's just interesting. And we'll look at some pictures and we'll look at the statue. And when I say that Mothman has an ass, I'm not exaggerating. The statue, I don't know why. Not exactly sure who designed the statue. That would be a good thing that maybe I'll look up. I don't know why. I don't know who decided to give him a bodacious badonkadonk, but it's great, and we love it. It's just a steel statue, and they gave him a dump truck of an ass, and it's beautiful. So, Mothman. Mothman originates, we'll kind of do an overview, and then I'll kind of break it down through like history, some sightings, we'll look at some pictures, and even the Mothman Festival, which is one thing I really want to go to. Actually, when does it happen? I can't remember. I want to see if maybe it would be it's not that far of a drive. When is it? September 21st and 22nd. What is that? I want to make a trip. I want to try and do a trip. September 21st and 22nd. I think we could do that. I honestly think we can do that. I'm going to try to pull that off. Pull that off. I'm going to try to do that because I love Mothman and I've always really wanted to go to the Mothman Festival, and we'll talk about that, but it makes me so happy. Okay. So Mothman originated in West Virginia. It's very, specific to West Virginia folklore. And that's where we see, that's where we get the story, the sightings, all of that good stuff. So, like I said, we'll do a little overview first. So, Mothman is very prevalent in West Virginian folklore. It is a humanoid-looking type creature that was reportedly seen in Point Pleasant in November of 1966. So the first sighting was November 5th, 1966, and it had been seen over a period of time between 1966 to around the end of 1967. The first newspaper report was published in the Point Pleasant Register. It was dated November 16th, 1966, titled, "Couple See Man-Sized Bird, Creature Something." The national press soon picked up the reports of this and helped spread the story across the United States. The source of the legend is believed to have originated from sightings out of migration, sandhill cranes, or herons. And we'll look at some pictures of those later on. So the creature was introduced to a wider audience by Gray Barker in 1970 and was later popularized by John Keel in his 1970 book, The Mothman Prophecies, which got turned into a movie, claiming that there were paranormal events related to sightings and a connection to the collapse of the Silver Bridge, which I believe was in Chicago. The book was later adapted into a 2002 film starring Richard Gere, which I've never seen. I probably should see it just so I could talk about it, but I haven't seen it. An annual festival, like I mentioned before, is in Point Pleasant, and it's devoted to the Mothman legend, and it happens every year. And this year, it's happening September 21st through the 22nd, which is a Saturday and Sunday. And we'll look at some of the things that they do. So that's a good little overview of Mothman. Who is Mothman? What happened? We're going to get into the actual story of that, of exactly what happened. So, the history behind it. On November 15th, 1966, there were two couples from Point Pleasant, Roger and Linda Scarberry, and Steve and Mary Millette. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Millette. So they basically were these two couples that were probably out doing some things, hanging out, doing what young couples do, just causing a ruckus, just having a good time, getting turned in 1966. Um, they ended up telling police that they had seen a large black creature whose eyes were bright glowing red. That's specifically what they said, that it was glowing red, standing at the side of the road near the TNT site. So in Point Pleasant and all throughout the United States, there were these old munitions plants and old like bunkers left over from World War II. And so this is what this area was in Point Pleasant. It was out in the woods, and that's where a lot of these like munitions plants and a lot of these like silos, I think basically these silos were. They were just scattered all throughout the US in remotely kind of desolate areas, like out in the woods, away from people. So again, these kids doing what they like to do, going and hanging out and just, chilling, but out probably where they're not supposed to be. They were at this area, and that's where they specifically said that they noticed this creature. So it was at this munitions, like leftover World War II, like munitions plant. So Linda Scarberry described the creature as slender, muscular, like a muscular man, about 7 feet tall, with white wings. However, she was unable to discern its face due to the hypnotic effect with its eyes. So that was one thing that the witnesses said, was that when they looked at its eyes, it was kind of like, again, it was bright glowing red, and it was also like created this like hypnotic like daze kind of that they were kind of in. Distressed, the witnesses sped away. They saw this creature and they're like, I'm out. Fuck that. I don't know what that is. And they got out of there. They like sped out, got out of the way. And as they were like driving away from this area, they started to report that the creature flew after their car. They could see this. Again, this is apparently a slender, muscular man with glowing red eyes, 7 feet tall, with giant white wings. If you're 7 feet tall, those wings have to be huge in order to like hold you up. I would like to see how tall. I'm gonna just Google it. How tall is a sandhill crane? A sandhill crane is about 3.2 to 3.9 feet. And it has a wingspan of 1.8 to 2 meters. So, sandhill crane. Okay. I mean, that definitely seems like, I know a lot of people are like, okay, well, it was a sandhill crane. That's what they saw. That's like what people have like broken it down to make it out to be. That these kids probably were out, partaking in some of the, the Mary Jane out in the woods in 1966. Just, or they could have been, glug glug. I think that's what people, like, the skeptics have tried to break it off and, like, deduce it down to be. That there were sandhill cranes in this area. That's what they saw. And it wasn't anything big. Or a heron. How tall is a heron? That would be another thing. All right, so a heron could probably be around, says 3.9 to 5 feet. Okay, well, that's a little bit taller, but still around the same size, I would say, as the sandhill crane. Kind of that 3 to 5 feet. Again, they said that this creature was 7 feet. So that's something that, to me, is distinct. So they're freaking out. They're seeing this creature is 7 feet tall. They're like, let's bounce. So they sped away, and then they reported back to the police that the creature flew after their car, making a screeching sound, and it pursued them as far as the Point Pleasant city limits. So remember, they are out in these silos, this munitions plant. It's out of the way. So they definitely probably left Point Pleasant, like the city limits. And then it chased them all the way back to where they got back to the city. Over the next few days, more people apparently had started to report similar sightings after local newspapers had covered it. 2 volunteer firemen who saw it said it was a large bird with red eyes. Mason County Sheriff George Johnson believed the sightings were due to an unusually large heron he termed a shitpoke. Shitepoke. Shitpoke. Contractor Newell Partridge told Johnson that when he aimed a flashlight at the creature in the nearby field, its eyes glowed like bicycle reflectors. So this is something that both the sheriff department and even others are trying to deduce, right? Because, let me look up. Hold on. When was the Roswell incident? Okay, so yeah, 47, this is 66. So, I mean, you had people before. You had these big, like, conspiracies and things of sightings and things like that. And so, thinking back to Roswell, 1947. This is 1966. I think that's what I said, 1947. 1947. So, like, this kind of stuff had been around where people had been like, oh, people saw things, and becomes conspiracy theory, and they just kind of, like, scoop it under the rug, right? So for this, I mean, I can kind of see why the sheriff is saying, like, we have a bunch of herons in the area, and you try to rationalize it, right? So I can understand that. I can understand the sheriff trying to rationalize it, because, like I said, you have a history where things like that had happened in the past, and you're called crazy. You're called, whack, because you think these things. So it's definitely, I can kind of see, but, I like to believe. I believe, it's out there. But that's kind of how some people like rationalize and skepticize things. Let me see. Ooh, okay. I could add this. I didn't know if they had those tags. That's cool. So you have the sheriff, right? Called a shitpoke. Contractor Newell Partridge, like I said, told Johnson, the sheriff, that when he was at a nearby field, he was able to see, like, shine his flashlight at a creature. I'm assuming it was like one of the birds or the herons, the cranes or the herons. He was able to shine his flashlight, and their eyes reflected like bicycle reflectors, and that could kind of give off that glow, that red glow. Additionally, he blamed buzzing noises from his television set and the disappearance of his German Shepherd dog on the creature. Okay, good. Wildlife biologist Robert L. Smith at West Virginia University told reporters that descriptions and sightings fit the sandhill crane, a large American crane almost as tall as a man with a 7-foot wingspan. I would like to correct that. When we just searched sandhill cranes, they could get up to about 5 feet, and that could be, 3 to 5 feet is how tall they are. But Linda and her buddies all reported that this creature was 7 feet. To me, that's very distinct. That's very tall. So I don't know. Just, again, they're trying to rationalize. Okay. So the sandhill crane is described by biologists, large American crane, almost as tall as man, with a 7-foot wingspan, reddish coloring around its eyes. The bird may have wandered out of its migration route and therefore was unrecognized at first because it was not native to this region. Due to the popularity of the famous 1960s Batman TV series at the time, The fictional Batman and his rogues gallery were prominently featured in the public eye. While the villain Killer Moth did not appear in the show, the comic book influence was definitely there. So the comic book influence of both him and Batman is believed to have influenced people to coin the term Mothman in the local newspapers. So I thought that was a really cool fact, that because of the popularity of Batman at the time, both the show and the comic, a lot of people picked that, having Batman, and then Killer Moth, like combine those together and get Mothman. Following the December 15th, 1967 collapse of the Silver Bridge and the death of 46 people. So the Silver Bridge was a bridge that was over, it was built, I thought it was Chicago, but it's not. Oops. So the bridge was a suspension bridge. It was built in 1928, and it carried the U.S. Route 35 over the Ohio River. So it actually connected Point Pleasant, West Virginia, and Gallipolis. How do you pronounce that? Gallipolis, Ohio. So it was officially named the Point Pleasant Bridge, but it was popularly known as the Silver Bridge because of the aluminum paint that it had, been covered in. So on December 15th, 1967, the Silver Bridge collapsed. It was during a heavy rush hour traffic and resulted in the deaths of 46 people, 2 of whom were never found, unfortunately. The investigation of the wreckage soon pointed to a failure of a single eye bar in one of the suspension chains. So, like the suspension bridge. And suspension bridges freak me out. I get so nervous driving over those. I'm not a fan. So they found that as like being the primary cause for the bridge to collapse. A finding noted in a preliminary report released within 10 months of the collapse. However, to explain why the eye bar failed, a failure triggered by a flaw just 0.1 inches deep, which led to a fracture, required significantly more time and effort to uncover. So they really don't know. It happened. It was this little fracture, and it basically caused the bridge to collapse, which to me is, it's very, very tiny, like that little fracture, and just boom. So this happened, right? So following the 1967 collapse of the Silver Bridge, the incident gave rise to the legend and connected the Mothman sightings to the bridge collapse. So there has long been a theory that if you sight Mothman, if you see Mothman preludes tragedy or misfortune. And so if you see Mothman, tragedy or misfortune is going to follow. Maybe to you, to somebody you know, to your community, things like that. But that's the general consensus. So it's first sighted in 66, right? First sighted in 66 by Roger and Linda Scarberry and Steve and Mary Millette. They, again, go to police and they explain what they have seen. From my understanding, they are very specific with what they've seen. They are detailed, and from the police reports, they all said almost exactly the same thing. They described how he looked, who he was, like what they had seen, and their stories were very much cohesive because they were interviewed separately, and their stories lined up. So to me, that's first point for Mothman. First point for Mothman is that he, they saw this stuff, right? And they, are all on the same page. To me, if they were making this stuff up, first off, why would they make this up? Secondly, if they were, under the influence of something, I feel like their stories wouldn't have lined up so perfectly. Wouldn't have been on the same page. So that to me is a point for Mothman that they actually did see something. And they were so freaked out by this. Do I think they saw a crane? I don't. I don't think so. I don't know. I want to believe. I want to believe that Mothman is out there. I don't believe that they saw a. I don't think that's. I don't think that's what they saw. So then the next year, throughout the year between 66 and December of 67, before the bridge collapsed, there had been other people that had come out and cited reports, you know, that like this other, like we had said earlier, the guy had seen it, shined his flashlight at it, said that this creature was responsible for its dog going missing. So all of these things. So people had seen this entity, right? This creature. After the collapse of the bridge, the incident, like I said, gave rise to this legend and really solidified, I would say, really connected and solidified Mothman sightings to the bridge collapse and to that area of Point Pleasant, West Virginia. According to Georgian newspaper, a Russian ufologist claimed that Mothman sightings in Moscow foreshadowed the 1999 Russian apartment bombings. So, like I said before, people started to see Mothman, right? They started to have these like visions, or like not visions, but they had seen these sightings. That's the word I was looking for. They started to have these sightings of Mothman, and the idea was that if you saw him, like I said, misfortune would follow. Misfortune would soon come. So there was this Georgia newspaper. I'm assuming that's Georgia the country and not Georgia, because the first time I read that, I was like, oh, it's Georgian. Yeah, pretty sure Georgian the country. There was a newspaper, and this guy, who I cannot pronounce his name because it's Russian, so I apologize. I'm going to butcher this. Savadbadnaya? I can't. It's like Svobodna. I'm just going to call him Savo. Savo Gruzia. He was a Russian ufologist. Or UFOologist. So he claimed that the Mothman sightings, like I said, there was Mothman sightings in Moscow, and that it foreshadowed these apartment bombings in Russia in 1999. So that's a big thing, right? It kind of solidifies what other people in previous years had been saying, that sightings of Mothman would prelude misfortune or accidents that happened. The Mothman Prophecies in 2002. It was a major motion picture. Like we mentioned before, it stars Richard Gere. But it was loosely based on the 1975 book with the same name by John Keel. So we'll look at a little bit of that in a second. In 2016, WCHS-TV published a photo reported to be of Mothman taken by an anonymous man while driving on Route 2 in Mason County. Which Mason County is that? Because would it be, because I want to find that out. Yeah, okay, Mason County, West Virginia. I was like, is that a different Mason County? Did he fly? Did he get elsewhere? Science writer Sharon A. Hill proposed that the photo showed a bird, perhaps an owl, carrying a frog or snake away, and wrote that there is zero reason to suspect that it is Mothman, as described in legend. There are too many far more reasonable explanations. So I think I've seen this picture, and I'll pull it up so we can look at it. There's been, I think it was this one. Yeah, I think it's that one. Yeah, it's that one. Which, this one I definitely think, I'm going to share my screen. Give me a second. Doop. Actually, hold on. If I just go to here, I can actually add it on here. Where is it? Nope. I just added it. Why'd it go away? Let me try it again. I don't know why it adds things over there. Like, why is that? Can I lock this? I'm going to delete that. I'm going to remove that. Thank you. Okay, we're going to try it again. I hope you guys are liking this. I'm having fun kind of going over everything. Why is it over there? I don't get that. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to remove. I'm going to try to... Wait, nope, not what I wanted to do. I'm going to try and add a new one. I'm going to just try to add a new window capture. Okay, why did it not do that before? I don't know. Okay. Well, I'm going to try to put it right there. Okay, so you can kind of see, right? So this right here, I can kind of, you know, I can kind of see what they're talking about. Like, if we look at this right here, it does look like an owl. And it looks, if you get, like, closer, can I pop this? Nope. I just wanted to, can I just, like, there we go. So if you, I mean, you look at that, right? And it definitely looks like, this looks like an owl, I can see. And it looks like it might be carrying a snake or something in its legs. That to me looks like its legs. But, I mean, if you look at that just from, like, a first glance, it does look creepy. It does look like, hey, what is this? What is this? Is this a video, though? We'll see what this is. I don't know.
At University of Phoenix, you can
I want to skip this ad.
11K in less than a year. Get started at University of Phoenix.
Hunters in Mason County may need to be on the
is.
lookout for something other than deer when they hit the woods this week. Eyewitness News reporter Fallon Pearson shows us what else may be lurking out there too.
I mean, it's interesting.
Up until Sunday,
there's the statue. I love this statue. I love the Mothman statue. It's great. It makes me happy.
night, he hadn't been spotted recently, but according to these pictures, the legendary Point Pleasant Mothman is back. These pictures, supposedly taken by a man who says he was driving along State Highway 2 in Point Pleasant, saw something jump from tree to tree. So he pulled off the road to take these pictures. The man declined an on-camera interview, but is adamant the pictures are real. And some locals like Carolyn Harris believe it.
I definitely know that the Mothman's real.
Harris has owned the Mothman Diner for 48 years. She also...
Another place I want to go to, the Mothman Diner. How cool is that?
helped start the Mothman Festival. Harris said there's been too many sightings of the Mothman for her not to believe.
First responders and the church department and stuff that I talked to, that they definitely made a believer out of me.
Harris has met many Mothman believers over the years, like the Smiths.
You have eyewitnesses, so, you know, yeah.
Look at that. The Mothman Diner. Look at that logo. I love that.
It does have potential, and I do sort of want to believe.
We asked the local Mothman expert and owner of
I don't
the
believe that
Mothman
picture
Museum,
actually,
Jeff
but
Wamsley,
I mean,
just
I
how
still
authentic
do.
the
Like, I
pictures
want to
are.
believe.
Wamsley said, with modern
I want to
technology,
believe.
it's almost impossible to know for sure if the pics are real. But even if they are fakes, the benefits of the Mothman...
Okay, so we look at this a little bit closer up, right? So it does look like... Yeah, those are wings, probably an owl head or some type of bird, and that's like their legs. And it looks like they're carrying something. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Hi, how are you? Why is my screen flashing so bad right now? I don't know if you guys are seeing the flashing. It's flashing a lot on my end. There we go. Why was it doing that? Jesus, okay. Oh, God. Stop flashing. Stop
And
flashing.
legend to the town of
There we
Point
go. I have
Pleasant
no idea.
are very real.
It's a good thing. A lot of people, it brings a lot of people to the area.
It's just
here
so
to
cool.
stay. It ain't leaving.
Fallon Pearson, Eyewitness News.
Now, many people tell us they believe the Mothman is a bad omen, only appearing when catastrophe is about to strike.
See,
there have been many claims
that's
the
the big
winged,
thing.
red-eyed creature was seen right before the Point Pleasant Silver Bridge collapse back in 1967.
See, so interesting thing.
There were about 15.
I'm gonna. Okay, there we go. Hello, John. How are you? Share some exciting news. Oh my gosh! Congratulations! Do I have an applause sound effect? I wish I do. Do I have that one? I've got this one. Congratulations! Do I have emotes? Do I have? Well, I've got some pop in ghost face party emotes for you. There you go. Congratulations! That's awesome. Welcome into the stream. Hope you're doing well. We are doing our first she was a cheerleader. I used to do cheerleading. Back in the day. Back when I was in the high school. Congratulations. Like that. I do this. You do it like very rigid. So we're doing, yep, that was not this. Well, sometimes you would do that depending on like what you do, but it's more of the clasp and that. Yeah, that was always fun. But yeah, we are just hanging out. We are talking about Mothman. This is a first of my series of Cryptids and Coffee, where we talk about supernatural cryptids. We talk about all kinds of stuff, just chatting series, and we enjoy like a nice coffee or a beverage, whatever beverage you prefer, whichever you prefer. Okay, I'm gonna try to get this. Hold on, my thing popped up. I needed to. Just trying to open something and get this updated. Give me just a second. I want to make sure I have the other files that I have on here. All right, let me see if I have this. Sorry, I will look at chat in just a second. Just trying to get a few things pulled up. All right. So we were looking at these pictures, right? So that's the one that's been photographed of Mothman. I don't actually know, like I see that and I'm just like, I don't know. Like, it definitely does look like it's an owl or some type of bird creature. But as far as, you know, anything else, I don't know. Okay. So, do I have this? Okay. This was another thing that I was looking at. We'll look at some of this stuff here in a second. Thank you. Oh my God. So I saw they have a Mothman plush figure at Spencer's and I really, really want it. I really, really want it. It's so cute. I also want a Mothman onesie, like a little thing like that. Mothman, when I tell you that Mothman is my favorite, like, cryptid, he really is. Just look at him. Just look at the little guy. Look at him. He's just minding his own business. Okay, let me see. Can I compare? Well, I mean, I don't have to compare them because I know, this is definitely more, this is louder, just from my practice and stuff. Just, I know doing that versus that, because you've got more space, right? You've got more, boom. So, yep. That's so weird. That's so weird. No. No. No, thank you. No, thank you. That's so weird. I don't know that. Can you compare? Well, I'm not gonna clap on stream. That's too loud. Plus, if I did something like that, my dogs would go crazy, and I'm not about to hear them doing no. Because they will hear and they will freak the fuck out. We're like, who's that? What are you doing? So, so where were we? We were talking a little bit more. We'll probably pull up some more pictures in a sec. But I wanted to look a little bit more at this analysis of Mothman. So we talked a little bit about the history. We looked at that. And there's some different analysis of like the red eyes, other things like that. Just who he is and kind of breaking that down. So sure, I will give you an applause. I'll give you my little cheer. Yay! There you go. Congratulations. Got a promotion at work yesterday. That's awesome. I am ready to, like, work was a lot this week. Because, like I said, my dogs, if I do that, my dogs will go crazy because they'll hear something. I already did, though. I already clapped for you. It's a little weird. Why are you so intense on the clapping? Oh, I did. I was like, this is not, this is definitely going to be louder because you have space and you're bringing the air in, and it's definitely going to be a little bit more oomph behind it. So, looking at the analysis of all of this stuff. We talked about Mothman, and we talked about the history of him. We talked about the different sightings that people have seen, and some of the pictures. So, hi, Rebel. Hi, how are you? How you doing? How you doing, sweetheart? Welcome in. We're talking about Mothman. How are you? How's your week been? Tell me all the deets. Did you have a good day? Did you have a good week? Have you had your coffee? I have my coffee right here. Oh my God, are you going to Italy? Holy, you're not. Oh God, can you, please take pictures. Please take pictures. Oh my God, my hair is still like so wet. I'm so excited. Are you excited? Are you excited? Are you excited to be going? That sounds like I want to go. Are you going to eat all the food? Please eat all the good food. Please eat all the good food. I need you to enjoy that. I need you to just have, a blast. Because I really need, yep. I plan to gain at least 10 pounds. Yep. Sounds about right. Yep, sounds about right. Where are you going? Are you going, Like, are you going central, southern, northern? You need to eat like an Irishman and not an Italian. And I'm like, oh, honey, I got some bad news. Little town off of Naples. Oh, do you have family there? Are you going to go visit family? You're going to go see your family. The Italians. Part of me really wish I had some Italian heritage, but my fiance is Irish and Italian, so I feel like that covers it. So, it is a vacay, I won't lie, but I haven't seen family since before. Oh, I'm so happy. Is it your Nona? Does your Nona live in Italy? I'm sorry. I love Italian food and Italian culture. No, that was good. Is it your Nona? What? I know Nona? As I said, my fiance is Irish and Italian. We have my first... I think I talked about this on stream. My first time visiting with some of his family was for Christmas, and we had the 7 fishes. And I was like not ready for that. I was like, what is this? What is this feast of Italian foods and fish? Had no idea what that was. I was a little shocked. Is my Nona. Can't wait to tell her I'm not hungry, then for her to bring me food 10 minutes later. That is his grandmother. His grandmother, Rita. Little tiny Italian woman. So sweet. Like, oh, I'm not that hungry, and we'll bring you food immediately. It was like, nope, you're going to eat. You're going to sit down and eat. Here's all of the food. It's an Italian grandma thing. Yep, it really is. Hi, Alyssa. How are you? Welcome in. It really, really fucking is. She is the sweetest, though. She's just like, we just went over to her house not too long ago, and we had dinner with her. She makes the best chicken cutlets. She makes fucking amazing chicken cutlets. They're so good. She's just standing over there, frying them. Has her, like, little overcoat thing. Good. And ooh, we talking food. I love it. Yeah, we're talking a little bit of food. We took a break for just a second. We're finishing up talking about Mothman. Today's our first. Today's the first episode of my new stream series called Cryptids and Coffee, where we have nice coffee. I talk about the coffee, and then we talk about a cryptid or a supernatural thing. So we're going to finish talking about Mothman. We'll maybe look at a few videos and pictures. But if you guys have any suggestions for our next topic next month to look at for episode 2, let me know. You can message me in Discord here, put it here, or comment and message me on Twitter. I'm wanting to collect different cryptids or supernatural events, stories, things like that. And we're going to be looking at them on stream and talking about them. But yes, it really is an Italian grandmother thing. I love her so much. She's great. But thank you guys for being here. We are going to go ahead and I'm going to, we've got an ad starting in 2 minutes. So I'm actually going to go ahead and pop on our break. I'm going to go ahead and put our ad break on. And we'll be back in just a second. So if you need to take this time to go get yourself something to drink, something to eat, go ahead and do that. We'll be back after the ad. So hang tight, everyone. And just so, here's a little ad message. So be back. But it's corn, and tell you all about it. It's corn. Yeah, I am. I am a corn. I'm corn on the cob. Some would say that this is really corny. If somebody doesn't fucking clip that, I'm going to be very angry. Once. Brought it up twice. Brought it up twice. And I can't have me a cookout tray with hush puppies and french fries and a cheeseburger. Or I can't have a cookout tray with some onion rings and a quesadilla. I don't know. I don't know.
Yes.
Yes.
Kill
Twerk
for
it.
mother.
Twerk it. Twerk it. Yeah. Shake them. Shake them titties. Oh yeah. Being after me. Stop being after. He's just targeting me at this point. That's all he's doing. He's targeting me. Well, great. How does it feel to be a horrible camper, you stupid fucking clown? So fucking much. I don't want to gatekeep. I am avidly against gatekeeping. But when it comes to some of this stuff, I think it should be a little gatekept. Just a little. Welcome back, everybody. Everybody. Welcome back. We're back with some more of our Cryptids and Coffee. Hopefully you got a coffee or a beverage of some type. I have my Dunkin', my large iced vanilla frosted donut coffee, which is a little too sweet, but it's fine. I'm still going to drink it. Everybody, it's me, Wixon. Your friend. Welcome in. Everybody. So if you're new, if you're just joining us, we are doing a new series on my channel called Cryptids and Coffee, where we talk about supernatural events. We talk about cryptids, cryptozoology, things like that, and supernatural events, videos, things like that, hauntings, any paranormal or supernatural stuff. And we enjoy a coffee, and we relax and have a good time. So welcome in. So we just talked a little bit about Mothman, who he is, the history, and we're going to look a little bit at some analysis. The only thing haunting me is my middle school memories. But do I have a sound effect for that? I don't think I do. I have this if this works. I have that one. There you go. So we're going to look at some analysis of Mothman. So folklorist Jan Harold Brunvand notes that Mothman has been widely covered in popular press, with some claiming connections to UFOs and others suggesting that a military storage site was Mothman's home. Good joke. Bwam, 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 bwam. Good joke, Gabe. I love it. Actually, yeah. So that kind of goes along with what we had read earlier, right? So we read earlier that the Scarberries and the Millettes, when they saw Mothman, it was near this like TNT site, which was a leftover World War II silo bunker. So, I mean, that kind of goes hand in hand with what some people are suggesting, that this military storage site was Mothman's home. Brunvand notes that the recountings of the 1966 and 67 Mothman reports and sightings usually state that at least 100 people saw Mothman, with many more afraid to report their sightings. However, he points out that these written sources for such stories consisted of children's books or sensationalized or undocumented accounts that fail to quote identifiable persons. Brunvan found elements in common among many Mothman reports and much older folk tales, suggesting that something real may have triggered these scares and became woven with existing folklore. He also records anecdotal tales of Mothman supposedly attacking the roofs of parked cars occupied by teenagers. Mothman said, "Stop being nasty on Makeout Cliff. This is my area. Get out." All y'all nasty teenagers out here doing things. This is my area. That's what Mothman's saying. He's just angry. Mothman's just like, nah, chill. Mothman's like, you're done. Conversely, Joe Nickel says that a number of hoaxes followed the publicity generated by the original reports, which is, I guess, expected. Anytime you have like these large events, there's definitely like these large conspiracy type events. There's going to be people trying to recreate it. There's going to be hoaxes. There's going to be all that stuff. Such as a group of construction workers. So an example, a group of construction workers tied flashlights to helium balloons. Nickel attributes the Mothman stories to sightings of barred owls, suggesting that the Mothman's glowing eyes were actually the red effect caused from the reflection of light from flashlight or other bright sources. Let's look up. So, barred owls. So, I want to see if I can find a picture. Barred owls. Eyes at night. Okay, so, I mean, this kind of, if these are actual, I don't know if they've been edited, but we'll look at that. So, this right here, I mean, you can kind of see the red, hopefully, hold on. I'm going to actually make this bigger for you guys. So, you can kind of see that, right? You can kind of see this right here. And we can kind of see that, like, red. This one. See, I don't know if these have been edited or touched up, but I mean, if they haven't, that definitely, I mean, it does. It looks creepy. But look at the little baby. Oh, he's a little baby. Oh, he's so cute. He's so cute. So that's what this guy is saying, that Nickel attributes a lot of the stories to sightings of these owls. Again, Mr. Nichols, something to say. A lot of the people originally that said they saw something was 7 feet, slender, and muscular. I don't think that owl is 7 feet. It might have a wingspan of 7 feet, but they were saying it was tall. And again, I really don't believe that they are lying about what they saw, because it was all of them. They got it out of there fast as fuck, boy, and they reported it to the police. To me, especially, it was 60s, especially if they were, like, under the influence or doing something, why would you go to the police to report this? Unless you, like, legit were terrified or something. So I really don't think that they made up what they saw. So they, Nichols says that these barred owls are probably what they saw. Like, they have that similar glowing eye thing. And the owl's eyes kind of do that when reflected with, like, headlights or flashlights. Benjamin Radford points out that the only report of glowing red eyes was secondhand, that of Shirley Hensley quoting her father. One of the prevailing hypotheses associated with the Mothman at the time of the original sightings was that it was first misidentified sandhill crane due primarily to the size of the bird as well as the reddish flesh around the crane's eyes. So Benjamin says he points out that the report of glowing eyes was secondhand and that it came from somebody else. But when we look at the other police report, they specifically said, quote unquote, glowing eyes from the first, Linda Scarberry that saw it. So to me, it's just like, what the hell is that? Hi, Chibi. How are you doing? Welcome in. How are you? Oh, I love your little emote. Also, I don't know if you can see it, but I get your name on the board from Thursday. Oh, snap, the sailor is here. Welcome in. Welcome in. Getting a little cold. I'm going to get my blanket. Do I have my blanket? I have my blanket. I'm going to get my blanket. I'm not little blankie. And my little... Doing good. Getting some cleaning done. How are you? I'm good. We are doing our Cryptids and Coffee, just chatting, talking about the Mothman. Looking at Mothman sightings. We're going through some analysis of like some skeptics kind of breaking down their thoughts. Also, you know what? Pride board. Yes, it is. Happy Pride. Gustarian says be gay, do crimes. Let me see. I want to, you know what we're going to do? We are going to do a poll. All right, we're going to do a poll. There we go. Do you believe in Mothman? Do you believe in Mothman? Hi, Funeral! Welcome in! Hello! And here's the cake, and it's got a rainbow on it because, you're gay and stuff. Dan sent me this video, and it was like a girl coming out, and she was taking a bow, and it was like me, what was it? It was like, when it's Pride Month and you're bi and you have to remind everybody, even though you've been in a relationship with a man for 6 years. I was like, it me though. it me. Welcome in. Oh, you got your, yay. Everybody got their redeems and their daily spells. Hell yeah. All right. So vote for the poll up at the top. Do you believe in Mothman? Okay, so continuing on with a little bit of our story, because I do want to get into looking up some videos and some pictures and discussing with you guys. Let's see, where did I leave off? Daniel Reed examined the migration patterns and historically reported sightings of sandhill cranes in an area of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, and proposed that in cases where eyeshine was not noted, it was statistically more likely that witnesses were seeing and misidentifying a great blue heron instead. Real quick, check out the TikTok I just sent you. Oh, God. Oh, God. What is this?
Happy gay month, because you gay and stuff. Okay, thank you. You're gay balloon because it got all the colors because it's gay. Okay. And I got Skittles because it got a rainbow on it. Okay. And I got the cookie cake. It says, be who you are for your pride.
I love that. I got you a balloonist because his pride is June and you're gay and stuff. Thank you. I love it. And be who you are, 'cause you're pride. That made my day. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. So according to University of Chicago, I think that's where I thought it. Like, I was like, oh, Chicago. I thought Mothman was in Chicago. Maybe this is, I don't know where I thought that was from. Like, not that he was from Chicago, but I thought he made a visit to Chicago. According to University of Chicago psychologist David Gallo, 55 sightings of Mothman in Chicago during, that's where it comes from. He was sighted in Chicago in 2017. Apparently, there were 55 sightings of Mothman in Chicago during 2017. Published on a website of self-described Fortin researcher Lon Strickler, are a selective sample. Gallo explains that he's not sampling random people and asking if they saw the Mothman. He's just counting the number of people that voluntarily came forward to reporting a sighting. According to Gallo, people more likely to visit a paranormal-centric website like Strickler's might also be more inclined to believe in and therefore witness the existence of a Mothman. So that's just people like, again, speculation or like trying to rationalize, and people that are more likely to visit these sites are going to be more likely to believe in that thing, which isn't untrue. Some pseudoscience adherents, such as UFOologists, paranormal authors, and cryptozoologists, suggest that Mothman could be an alien. I don't believe in that. I don't think he's an alien. I think he's real, but I think he's just different. He's just a little guy. I say about the 7-foot-tall creature. Supernatural manifestation or previously unknown species of animal. In his 1975 book, Keel claimed that Point Pleasant residents experienced precognitions, including premonitions of the collapse of the Silver Bridge, UFO sightings, visits from inhuman or threatening men in black, and other phenomena. So there is just, it's a little bit, it's a little there. I mean, there is a little brief overview I wanted to look at and kind of read you guys about the Mothman prophecies. Okay, so real quick, we're going to time out. You guys believe in Mothman. Tell me why. Why do you guys believe in Mothman? I believe in Mothman because I want to believe that I've never seen anything, but I know that this world is... We're still learning things about our planet, like, that we don't know. You can't look at me and tell me that things, like, we know more about our solar system than we do about our ocean. And that terrifies the fuck out of me. I am scared to go into the ocean. I will walk up maybe to my knees in the ocean, and then I'm like, all right, I'm good. I don't want to come up. I don't want to swim it. No. It makes my skin crawl. I get so nervous. But I believe in Mothman. I think he's just a little guy. He's just a little guy. He's interesting. He's just an interesting guy. So there was this, we talked about the initial contact, right? And it was discussed in the Point Pleasant Register. The initial contact, according to written reports, Mothman would be responsible for a host of strange things and events in Point Pleasant and the surrounding areas, lurking outside of homes, chasing cars, and we had seen other, like the sheriff had mentioned that somebody reported their dog being stolen, so people have reported him stealing pets. I don't want to know what he's doing to those pets. Maybe he's just he saw them and he was like, no, you come live with me now. Could you imagine, if anybody's an artist, can anybody just draw a Mothman with a bunch of dogs? That's what I need. I just need Mothman collecting all of these dogs and be like, you're mine now. And he's not hurting them, he's protecting them. That's what I need. So, stealing dogs, the day before Mothman stretched his leathery wings above the couple's car, it's possible he made a stop at Noel Partridge's home in Salem, West Virginia. This account chronicled in John Keel's book, The Mothman Prophecies, which came out, again, like I said, a while back, in 1975, tells of a German shepherd named Bandit who bolted into the woods after 2 glowing red circles. Partridge says he was looking for Bandit, but found nothing but paw prints going in circles and then vanishing. We'll never know if it was true. And this was the true birth of the Mothman story. 2 glowing circles may not a Mothman make, but Bandit's story would never have surfaced without the frightening tale of the Scarberry's close encounter. So this disappearance of this dog predates Linda Scarberry, the Scarberries, and the other couple, their sighting. Mary Heyer, a journalist with the Athens, Ohio Messenger, a local news source of northern neighbors of Point Pleasant, found herself covering these strange sightings and encounters. Her first article, entitled "Winged, Red-Eyed Thing," chases Point Pleasant couples across countryside. This appeared without delay on November 16th, 1966. She joined forces with big shot New York paranormal journalist John Keel, again, author of the book, for his previously mentioned work, The Mothman Prophecies. This nonfiction record of odd occurrences and the subsequent 2002 film would launch Mothman in West Virginia, the West Virginia town, into the national stage. But by the time of the movie's premiere, Point Pleasant itself had lost direct sight of Mothman. The creature had laid low since the deadly collapse of the Silver Bridge in 1967. Many saw no connection in an alleged sighting just before the collapse, while some viewed Mothman as a sinister harbinger of doom. Since then, Mothman seems to have kept himself until recently. In 2019, there was 2017, between 2017 is when I think the first one started, and 2019. So between those 2 years, accounts of a flying moth creature occurred and appeared in Chicago, and it stoked this paranormal craze. But as he makes national news once again, an NPR inquiry was entitled "The Case of the Chicago Mothman." Lovers of the unknown and the unsubstantiated should remember exactly where his roots lie and where a 12-foot tall statue of his likeness by Bob Roach stands in Point Pleasant, which is beautiful. From the story of Mothman, one can learn the importance of hometown, homegrown heroes in the dark woods and the roads less traveled. In 2006, Jeff Wamsley, a Point Pleasant native who grew up listening to the stories, his father worked at the National Guard Armory, opened the Mothman Museum to showcase all the archival material he had assembled. The collection features police reports and witness accounts from various sightings. Though he was just 6 years old when Mothman bewildered the people of Point Pleasant the first time, Wamsley released 2 books on the subject through Mothman Press: Mothman Facts Behind the Legend in 2001 and Mothman Behind the Red Eyes in 2005. Wamsley's museum offers Mothman history and products, an annual festival, which we'll look at in a second, which grows in attendance each year. Had it not been for the pandemic in 2020, Wamsley estimates that Point Pleasant would have again welcomed crowds totaling over 15,000, a staggering influx for a town with fewer than 5,000 residents. Mothman finds his way onto t-shirts, local cafes, cookies, and Etsy shops. Wamsley said, "I think that the Mothman story is timeless. It's never been fully solved or proven as to what these people were seeing. People come here to see for themselves and to investigate on their own, to make up their own minds. Everyone has their own theory. It's a part of our town's history," which I think that's very nice. Rosemary Hathaway, an associate professor of English at West Virginia University, defines the revival of a cryptid mania as a renaissance. At the heart of the comeback of Mothman and his West Virginian cryptid contemporaries, like the sheep squatch and the Flatwoods Monster, which we might cover in future episodes. It is a bubbling sense of pride and a resurgence of traditional storytelling by and for small-town residents. Historically, West Virginia's identity has been defined to outsiders by its extraction industry. If they do know about West Virginia, they tend to have stereotypes: Cletus, the slack-jawed yokel, and a miner, says Hathaway, the daughter of 2 West Virginia natives and WVW alumni. By introducing their legends to outsiders, they've made it an adventurous grab for financial gain and invented a new way to educate and engage tourists. As folklorist and educator, Hathaway notes the disconnect between the stereotypes and the cultural significance of stories like Mothman. There definitely is a long storytelling tradition in West Virginia. And I think it tends to historically to follow along two lines. Either it's all tall tales or a long tradition of ghost stories and the supernatural and weird happenings in the woods. That sort of thing. So my sense is a cryptid stories are a more modern version of these ghost stories. So that was her quote saying that. According to Hathaway, ghost stories and weird things in the woods exist as cautionary tales, and in some cases as indicators of the respect small town people have for the natural world. It's just, I love it. It's just, it's so great. I mean, I kind of see that, and I have read that there are people that believe that the people of the town of Point Pleasant just fabricated this creature because they wanted to spike tourism, which that could be, but I don't think this whole town is going to be like, hey. And also there were sightings in like Chicago and things like that. So how does that make sense? So, Kim Stryker, who teaches folklore at George Mason University, reckons the supernatural interest springs up in society when a distraction is needed. The last 20 years, she says, have met unprecedented challenges to everyday life, and that in periods of great political and social upheavals, stories like that of Mothman are greatly welcomed. People seek out evil in history to, in a way, inoculate themselves from a scary and terrible event. Stryker mentions explaining the allure of dark tourism, or why people intentionally vacation in places associated with paranormal events or true crime. Hathaway believes that stories like Mothman show that there is something of value in West Virginia and praises the people of small towns for taking advantage of the strange phenomena of deep woods and tall mountains. Quote, there's money to be made with these cryptids, and I'm glad they're doing it, unquote. Point Pleasant has become a prime destination for dark tourism. As many locals tell it, the story of Mothman goes beyond the alleged sightings, spilling into mentions of the Men in Black, extraterrestrial life forms, and conspiracy theories. Tourists are often offered the chance to solve the mystery of the anonymous being and take home special Mothman memorabilia, crafts, and pastries from the museum, shops, cafes in Point Pleasant's downtown district. They have they have Mothman pizza, Mothman cookies, Mothman pancakes, all the stuff. While outsiders theorize about the existence of Mothman, Point Pleasant natives like Wamsley pour themselves wholeheartedly into the famous cryptid, considering it alongside the rich and historical heritage of their hometown. It's also a great way to introduce visitors to Point Pleasant's rich river and cultural history. Lots of neat shops on Main Street and some interesting places to see added to the Mothman experience. The caverns, mountains, and hollers of West Virginia are no stereotype. They house intriguing characters made resident in storytelling and supernatural American folklore. And true or not, one can unearth rich meanings in cryptids that tempt us to tell their tales. Our fears feed this process too. When a child sits cross-legged on the ground to hear reasons they should never go into the abandoned power plant, what better way to bring the point home than giant flying moth creature? And as those same kids grow into moody adolescents and then to young adult seasoned humans and slope into their elder storytellers themselves, legends like Mothman told in the authentic Appalachian drawl, which we have, thank you, serve as sources of identity, memory, and a place. While Mothman is one of the most celebrated cryptids, let's say the Michelangelo of Appalachian cryptid renaissance, there are numerous legends in small towns of West Virginia, or perhaps readers from other places may be reminded of their own hometown folk tales and legends. So take this as an ode to spooky stories of small towns across America, from the witches of Salem to the Jersey Devil to La Llorona. I read that, it was like, no, that's not it. I know that one. Historic or cautionary tales, angels or devils, let them stand as meaningful, even validating, and bask in the natural sense of enchantment that emanates from the mysterious. I loved that. This was from a website called Folklife, and they have a whole like section talking basically about storytelling. So to summarize, you know, the Mothman, whether he's real or not, people, you know, they believe like, you know, he's a story, right? He's connected to this culture. He's connected to the way that this town is. And again, we looked at those statistics that the Mothman Festival brings in thousands of people. So it does boost their tourism for a town that is only of like 5,000 people. So when you look at it that way, whether you believe in Mothman, whether you think he's real or not, I do think it's great that they continue with this tradition. And they're able to like profit off of it because it's a small town. They need some sort of income happening. Especially thinking of the history of like the coal miners in West Virginia. Like it's very rural. It's very, there's some areas, a lot of areas in West Virginia that are very impoverished. So 100%, if they are, oh, thank you so much for the follow. We only need 3 more. 3 more. And then we hit our goal for the day. Thank you so much. So yeah, like Mothman, he's cool. I think he's really interesting. And like I said, thank you so much for the follow. He really is a really cool dude. I love Mothman. He's just a little guy. But I do like that article. I do like how it talked about Mothman is goated. He really is, though. Can we just talk about how he's just a little guy? He's so cute. I love Mothman. You know, like I said, whether you believe in him or not, I do like that the town, you know, thrives with it. They love Mothman. They're all about that Mothman Festival. So I did get a lot of my information I got from that website, citing my sources. I got from Wikipedia, and I also got from Folklife, which that was that article just talking about how the Mothman story, you know, a little bit of the history behind it, and some of the other things that come with it, like the storytelling aspect of it for this town. I do think it was cool with the Mothman prophecies. He didn't like or I think it was the Mothman prophecies, or it was another person who's collecting. It was another person who's collecting information. He wasn't just encountering. He wasn't just writing about like doing a random sampling. He was actually just recounting of so many people that came to him and said that they had sightings. So. Have you seen the Fallout 76 Mothman sacrifices? No, but we are going to look at that because I wanted to bring that up. I wanted to look at that video. We do have an ad coming up in just a second, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to put on our little ad break. I appreciate you guys hanging around. It does help the channel. So go grab yourself something to drink, something to eat, and then we'll be back in a second. And then when we come back, we are going to look at some videos and some images of Mothman. So hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in a second. On this game, I think. Who is the last one? It's a Cheryl. I want to find this Cheryl if I can. There she is. Perfect. I think I need to, yeah. No, I'm not gonna get it. Damn. Shit. I'm close. I think we got it. Let's try it one more time.
Only one way to become a whack-a-box master. Whack, whack, whack.
I don't like that. Please don't ever say that again.
Wanna play some whack-a-box?
Yes. But please don't ever.
I swear.
Okay.
All he had to do was keep his mouth
Cheap
shut.
bullshit.
Yep.
Anyway, you distract the officers and I'll figure something out.
Okay. Alright. Are we good? Let's take a risk. I was right. That's me. I know my voice actors, baby. I was right. I'm very happy. All right, we're good. I'm good. Everything's good. French fries. Thank you, honey. I got French fries. I'm back. Hopefully you guys got something good to eat. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pause our music. Or pause our creepy atmospheric music. And we're going to look at we're going to watch the trailer of the Mothman prophecies. Just because, like I said, I've never seen this. I've never seen this movie, so I kind of we're just going to watch the little trailer for it. Hopefully you guys are going to be able to hear everything. There we go. Make it big. There we go. Never seen it. It's got Richard Gere in it.
We were just making sure there was adequate closet space.
Good.
Uh-oh.
This house is yours if you want it. We'll take it.
Uh-oh. Oh, okay. So you see the Mothman? It's this. Wait, is that what's her name? Is that Deborah Messing? Is that her name? Hold on. Is that who it is? It is! It's Deborah Messing. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I was just like, who is this? Yep, it is. Will and Grace. All right. What did you see? Did you see the Mothman? Do we see the Mothman in this movie? Okay.
What are you doing here?
Somehow between 1 and 2:30, I traveled
Point Pleasant.
400 miles. I've got no memory.
Past few months, people have been coming up to me and reporting strange things.
Oh, okay.
Weird lights, strange phone calls.
Hello? Who is this?
I wonder, like, I kind of want to watch this movie because I just want to see, like, I know it was inspired by the like Mothman like prophecies book, but I don't know if it's a direct like. I'm just interested. I'm interested to see what this is.
Your office and tells you they saw this in their backyard.
My wife saw some
Mothman.
pictures just like this. Who showed you this?
Who showed you this?
One day I started hearing voices. The voices became messages.
It was right here. All I could see were these two red eyes.
There it is. Red eyes.
You met him. He said, do not be afraid.
99 will die. 99 will die. All 99 are believed dead.
Oh.
You're reading my mind, aren't you? What's in my hand? Chapstick.
Oh. He knew.
This isn't just a message. It's a prediction.
It's so weird. You can definitely tell that this was that, like, that early, like, 2000 film.
People you know and love are going to die.
Uh-oh.
What that voice tells you.
You're frightened right now, aren't you?
There's nothing you can do about it.
Mothman prophecies.
I can stop it.
Based on true events. Uh-oh. Who's on the phone? It's Mothman. It's Mothman! Hello! It's still gonna ring, isn't it? Great. Love it. I feel like I have to watch it. I feel like you kind of have to. I feel like I have to now. This right here, we have to watch because, well, not the ad. Well, the ad's stupid. But, it's from Ancient Aliens, and I fucking love Ancient Aliens. It's so bad.
Point Pleasant,
Look
West
at this.
Virginia.
Look at it.
15th.
I'm ready to see that guy. I'm ready to see like George Sokolos or however you pronounce his name. Just big hair. What are you gonna tell me? It's aliens. I'm ready. Bring it on. Bring it on.
1966. Two young couples were driving down a dark
The Scarberries and the Matrals. Is that what I said?
They were startled by a fright.
the old building that they passed. They were out. They didn't pass an old building. Ancient aliens. They were out doing things they probably shouldn't have been doing, messing around with old World War II things and silos, and they saw a creature. They came into his domain.
They
just saying.
Have seen a large wing.
That's the guy that we were talking. We read about him, Jeff Wamsley. That's him. I don't know what I was expecting him to look like, but it wasn't that. I don't know. That's probably on me. I wasn't expecting him to look like that. But yeah, look at Jeff Wamsley statue in all of its silver glory.
Where did this monster come from? Why did it suddenly appear in
Where
this
did it
small
come
town?
from? Why?
And perhaps most curious of all,
is it extraterrestrial?
Why were the first Mothman sightings followed by a visit from the Men in Black?
Uh-oh.
Some people think he was a being from another world. The supporting evidence of that is the fact that multiple we described as Men in Black.
Here come the Men in Black. Galaxy Defender. I love everything that I see about the Men in Black because it's just so mysterious. If I ever see two men in fucking just black suits come up and start questioning me, I'm just like, I'm fucking out. Like, I'm just fucking like judo chop and like karate chop and like everything. Like, get the fuck out of here. I'm gone. Not ready to have like my mind wiped.
Men in Black typically are only associated with UFO cases.
People describe
Smith or Tommy Lee Jones. I've been lied to, damn it. I've heard like so different things in cryptids and things like that. I've read and heard like alien sightings. I definitely have seen the Men in Black come up more so with alien sightings than anything else. So this is interesting. Also, why the fuck do they look like cadavers? Why do they look like they're like not like living? Like, are the Men in Black aliens? Is that what we're supposed to assume? Are they just like, could you imagine the Men in Black are actually aliens cosplaying as humans and they're just like, please. They're just trying to dress up and they're trying to be exactly like humans. We saw that you saw some UFOs. You just forget that you saw everything. They literally do like Jedi mind trick. Like, you didn't see anything. Every time he comes on, when I see Ancient Aliens and just like, now here's the thing. Do I believe in Ancient Aliens? Like all of the stuff that they say in that show? Absolutely not. But do I enjoy watching it for some of the historical tidbits that they put? They're like, oh, this happened, and this was actually historically factual. And I'm like, yeah, that was. And they're like, but also aliens. Which you can almost guarantee whenever they put that in there. You're like, oh, this is great. And you're like, and then it was aliens. And you can like just pinpoint when they're going to bring it up. And you're like, okay, good. It's like a game. It's like a game I like. There he is. There he is with his hair. So, okay. So, Mothman, interesting that she was visited by the Men in Black. They're trying to cover something up. I do want to look at the Mothman Festival. And then we'll look at Fallout 76. Look at that. I love that. Let's see what this is.
Your child needs these three.
I don't know. I don't have children, so. Look at it. Everybody dressing up like Mothman. Like, I want to go so bad. Look at his. Look at him. Look, good to the baby.
We're at the Mothman Festival. I've actually wanted to do this for a long time, and I suckered my mom into coming with me. I'm a huge fan of cryptids, and so I'm just happy to be here to get all the Mothman merch and celebrate this. And
I love that.
So I said, okay, well, I'm coming along.
Oh.
I think I was watching like
I love the pink Mothman thing.
But it just happened to mention the Mothman Festival like in like passing. And so I was like, Mothman, what the hell's that? So I looked it up, and then one thing led to another, and now we're here.
Yep. Same. Ooh, I like that.
Well, the Mothman Festival is an annual festival that we put on in third weekend in September. This has been going on.
Hey, it's
for
the
about
same
20
guy.
years. And this is all kinds of different things, sort of like
He runs the
merchandise
museum.
vendors, food vendors. We have cosplay. We have guest speakers, bus tours. We have a 5K run. So
Bigfoot.
It's all Mothman related. They have the Mothman Museum, the Mothman statue.
World's only
And
Mothman
it's
Museum.
turned into a very big event for Point Pleasant, and it grows every year. We still don't have numbers for this year, but usually we draw 12 to 15,000.
Jeez.
You know, and the population of Point Pleasant's about 5,000.
Yeah. 12 to 15,000 people that they bring in.
Woo! Exactly 2 weeks today. So we're just here to celebrate Mothman. We have all
That's so cute.
for so many years, and we decided we'll finally
The man, the moth, the legend.
come as a
I just want all of the merch and things that I can find. See, there is! There is his butt! Did you see it? The Mothman butt!
There's all kinds of cool monsters in West Virginia. It's a cool place to be.
Mothman Festival. I gotta show you. Mothman statue butt. Look at it. Look at it. Just why? Why did they give him such a good butt? It's just great. We love it. Front side, back side. I love it. And then let's look at Mothman Fallout 76. Because I know you can see him. Oh, why is that so? See a Mothman for the first time. Mothman jump scare. Stalking Mothman. What are you doing? Let's see if we can spot him. I haven't gotten to see him in the game yet. I need to play more. Where are you going? You just walking around? Can you find him? Is he on the map? Maybe it's supposed to be that area? You're supposed to see him? Oh, there he is. Hi, buddy. What are you doing? You just hanging out? Uh-oh. He doesn't want you to come near him. He's just a little guy. Leave him alone. See, look at him. He's just a little guy. He didn't bother no one. What's up, buddy? Getting a little too close. Getting a little too close to me. He's so pretty. Don't you dare. Why? 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 Is this a mod? Why did you attack him? Why did you hurt him? No, is he okay? Is he getting up? Is he getting up? Dislike. How dare you? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Mothman jump scare. Sure. Let's see what this is. I don't know. Is it just that you see him, or is it like do you end up... I guess we'll speed up here. Or is it like something else? Oh, Jesus. Oh, that is a very... Okay. He just came out of nowhere. Hi, Mothman. How you doing? Okay, that was a little terrifying. That was a little scary, not gonna lie. Yeah, like, I don't know. Do you fight him? Do you fight him in the game? Back scratch. If you're still here, you were talking about the Mothman sacrifices. Like, is that, like, do you... What is that? Like... Let me see. Fallout 76 Mothman sacrifice. Do you, like... Sacrifice for the Mothman god. What is this? What is well, there's the statue. It's okay. It's okay if he's busy. I was like, what is it? Is it like a... Is it like a... Is it a quest that you do? He's a big community boss. So, but he looks so friendly. He just, it was like he just, see that one, he's just
eat, drink, Nuka-Cola. What is this?
He's just a little guy, right? Where is he? See, he's just a little guy. Don't hurt him. Why is everybody hurting him? He's just a little guy. I want to see if we have any Mothman sightings. Let's see. Let's see if anybody has any sightings. Are they that one? Like, like, come on, that thing. Shopped to hell. See, some of these things, it's like he just Mothman caught on tape. Sewer creature spotted. Serious creature screams from forest. Unsettling sky phenomena. Mothman slideshow. Lake Michigan Mothman sightings. I'll have to look into that. Top 5 Mothman sightings on a camera. Sure. Let's look at this.
Then animated explainer.
Not this. Let's see if this is good. Let's see if this is worth it.
Mothman or the Flying Man was first sighted in 1966.
Yep. Are we going to see actual images?
Saw that a figure that resembled a man was flying over their heads.
Okay. Come on.
The Mothman is said to be a large man-shaped creature that has wings and glowing red eyes.
Show me the images. Show me real sightings. Okay.
A creature was reported to fly over the sky in 2001 in Camden.
Camden?
It was also noted in different parts of England near the
That's
same time
near.
period.
Oh no, that's in the UK.
Mothman is
Camden,
described
UK.
as a bipedal winged humanoid.
That one looks sharp. I'm
Despite
sorry,
his
that one
name, which was
doesn't
given
look.
to him by newspapers, he is in no way moth-like. His coloration varies from
How do
black
you
grey
know?
to even brown.
Have you seen him?
Although it's usually the darker shades.
Okay, I don't.
He's often reported.
No, just show me the pictures.
The sightings of Mothman continue, and many people.
Okay, that one. That's of like, what is this? Is this the bridge?
Again on the Silver Bridge.
Yeah.
And many people believe that the creature was trying to warn people, but some think
that one's
just a
interesting.
made-up story, and people were seeing a normal animal such as an owl or a bird.
That's that bird that we looked at, the barred owl.
On the 20th of November 2016.
That one I think is. I think that one is just an owl with like a snake or something in its.
Images of
in
what
its.
he believed to be the Mothman.
That one to me looks like it. I mean, I could see how they're thinking it's Mothman, but I think that that's like a snake or something that the owl picked up.
State Route 2. The station aired the pictures in the November 2016 report.
Yeah, and that one seems that just
The
looks like a
images
bat
are
or an
plainly show
owl.
The silhouette of a two-legged winged creature flying above the treetops.
All right, what's the next one?
Mothman was sighted in New York. This photo shows a giant bird-like creature hovering.
And that one seems like that could just be like another crane. I don't know if that's like, I don't know.
Although it does have a humanoid appearance.
Yeah, that
some
seems like a
believe it could show
crane.
Sandhill crane.
Yeah, I think that looks like a crane.
Sandhill cranes are very large, tall birds.
Yeah, that one looks
with
more
a
like a
long
crane
neck,
flying.
long legs and very broad wings. The bulky body tapers into a slender neck, and the head is small and the bill is straight.
Just no. Isn't there like one more?
Mothman is said to be sighted in different parts of the world too. Recently, it was spotted in Argentina.
Argentina, where?
Citizens found a strange creature that had wings.
No! Show me pictures, not artwork. I love the artwork of Mothman. I want actual sightings. Which I don't know if anybody's gotten anything. What is this one? Mothman caught on tape. Real. It's just like a jump scare. Yeah, like what are you looking at? The little red eyes down there? The little red eyes like in front of the other car? Is that what you were talking of? Is that what that was? That's you capturing Mothman on camera? Shame. Shame. Here is the Mothman Festival page though. Mothman Festival 2024, September 21st and 22nd. Mothman app. There's a Mothman app. Attractions and events, vendors, cosplay, live bands, guest speakers, TNT tour bus. Oh, so you can actually go to the TNT where that's awesome actually. You can go to the old silo. That's the old like TNT silo from World War II. That's awesome. I think that's really cool. Any live bands? They got the list. You got the list up of the live bands yet? No. What about guest speakers? Paranormal Pros is going to be there. Don't know much about them, but okay. The Mothman Museum. It's just great. Why did you do him? Why did you do him dirty like that? It just looks so cool. I love it. I love it. I want to go so bad. Attractions and events. Mothman statue. Entertainment. Ghostbusters. TNT area tour bus. Mothman Museum. Mothman costume. Star Wars. The 501st Legion. Okay. Interesting. They also have a 5K, I think, too. My favorite thing on TikTok are people using other people's bases, and the owner of the camp sets off a trap and it kills you. So in that game, like, do you have to make sacrifices to Mothman? Is that what it is? Like they're making a sacrifice to Mothman, to the creature? Is that what this is? Cosplay. Do we have any images of Mothman cosplay? Mothman, the Men in Black, and you. Got a costume? I do, and I will 100% dress up. I love it. I really want to go. I want to go so bad to the Mothman Festival. I want to go so bad. I want to go so bad. That sounds really cool. Like the whole I'm gonna save this. There we go. No, it's just Mothman community doing funny shit. I really need to play 76. I have it. I just haven't played it in forever. I want to play it though. I want to play it though. It seems fun. Well, thank you everybody for joining. I hope you really had a fun time. This was our first, like I said, this was our first Cryptids and Coffee overview and game. Not game. Why did I say game? Our first overview, and basically, just like, it was fun. I really enjoyed this. I am hoping to do one of these Cryptids and Coffee episodes once a month, probably on a Saturday. So if you are not following me on my socials, or you're not a part of our Discord, please come join our Discord. I would love to be able to like see what you guys would like to do. And actually, learn a little bit more about different cryptids and supernatural things. So if you do have a suggestion of a cryptid you would like me to look at for next month, or a supernatural event such as, you know, the Conjuring House, or, you know, things like that, let me know. If you have any, feel free to put them in the chat and I will start compiling a list. But I definitely wanted to do Mothman first because Mothman's one of my favorites. Great commentary while cleaning. Thank you, Queen. Oh, thank you for coming in. Glad Sailor Chibi told me about you. Mothman is dope. Thank you for coming by and thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. I really hope you like this. Did you like the commentary? Real question. Did you like the commentary, or would you prefer if I talked and played a game at the same time? I'm not sure. Like, I kind of want to see what everybody's thoughts are of like the setup and like the layout of the episodes. Like, should I just talk about them, or should we play games while we talk about it? Let me know. I loved it all. Thank you. I'm very happy. Maybe I'll do Jersey Devil next. I'm not sure though. I love the Jersey Devil too. The Jersey Devil is really interesting, and the Pine Barrens, it's very creepy. Maybe I could even take like the audio from this and put it on like podcasts and just use that. Love the commentary. Okay, awesome. That makes me feel happy. So I think we'll do it as like a just chatting. I like being able to pull up images and like videos and kind of show them off, and we'll talk about it. And reading over all the information. And like I said, I got my information. There was an article called Folk Life that I got all of that from, and then Wikipedia. I got a lot of the sources from. So I hope you all really liked it. I'm really happy. I really wanted to do something different, like have a different like series, because I just wanted to create something, and I love all things spooky and supernatural and cryptids, so I thought this would be fun. And I hope you were able to clean your house and do it nicely with my voice in the background. And why do we have the sad songs on right now? Why do we have sad songs? Come on. What is... why are we just all of this? Okay, there. I guess we'll do Sabrina Carpenter. Okay. I also love learning about new stuff, so it's awesome. Well, thank you. I'm so happy. Like I said, I think I'm gonna do. It'll be once a month, and I'll probably do it on Saturdays, around the same time, 12 o'clock. Be sure you're in the Discord or following me on Twitter or Instagram. That way you can see when I'm going live, or if I'm asking for feedback, or you know, wanting you guys to like whatever you guys want me to talk about. I'm happy. I really wanted to try something different. And like I said, I love cryptids. I love everything supernatural, and it's just fun. Also, if you want to post anything or you see anything, you can use, I'm trying to start it, you can use the hashtag Cryptids and Coffee on like Twitter, or, you know, Instagram. I'm trying to like coin that hashtag so I can actually like start to find things and post my things. So thank you guys for being here. I will be live again on Monday. We'll be playing, I think I'll be live on Monday. What's Monday? I'm trying to make sure I didn't have anything next week. I don't think I do. Yeah, I'll be live again on Monday. I haven't decided what we're playing yet. We'll either play Baldur's Gate, Final Fantasy, or Kingdom Hearts, because those are our current games that we're playing. So I will be live on Monday, and I will hope to see you all then at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you guys so much. You guys are amazing. And I'll see you on Monday. Bye, everyone. Have a good weekend.